Hi, welcome to the Tiny Tot Parents channel. This is the episode 2 of our infant feeding series, and a quick context if you are new to the series. In the first episode, we covered what breast milk actually is, the living dynamic fluid that contains your antibodies, living immune cells, over 200 natural prebiotics, and even its own digestive enzymes. And the things that after even 160 years of trying, no formula has been able to copy. If you haven't seen that episode, I would recommend you go through that. The links are in the description. But knowing that breast milk is extraordinary doesn't make breastfeeding easy. So today, the other side of the story. Why breastfeeding can be genuinely hard, what actually is going on when it feels like it isn't working, and the market forces around all of this that every parent should know. So let's picture this. You're on the fourth day after giving birth. Your milk has just started to come in, but your nipples have cracked and your baby has been feeding what it feels like every hour. People around you are gently suggesting you should top up with formula. Your partner or husband is exhausted and you are exhausted. And right at this moment, the breastfeeding feels less like nature's perfect plan and feels like a slow motion crisis. And if this is you or has been you, this episode is for you. My name is Dr. Shivashankar and I'm a neonatologist. Let's begin. I want to start by saying that breastfeeding can be hard, especially in the first few weeks. There is this strange myth that because breastfeeding is natural, it should be easy, but it's not how it works. Breastfeeding is a skill for you and for your baby. Both of you are learning. Your baby has never done it before and probably have you. And the first few weeks can involve sore nipples, cluster feeds that last for hours, and the milk that hasn't fully come in yet, and the baby fusses at the breast, a body that is recovering from labor and operating on very little sleep. And if you're finding it hard, that doesn't mean you're failing. It just means that you're doing something genuinely hard. And it's important to know that a lot of what worries parents in these early weeks is completely normal. A baby who wants to feed every couple of hours is normal. Some newborns need to feed often. A baby who cluster feeds in the evening, meaning that they feed almost continuously for 2 to 3 hours, is normal as well. Many babies do it, especially in the early weeks. A baby who loses a small amount of weight in the first few days and regains it by 2 weeks of age is normal, and that weight loss is built into the system. And a baby who wakes up frequently at night, especially in the first few months, is normal again. Night waking is not a feeding problem. That's how human infants are designed. So, when should you actually be concerned? The things that suggest your baby is genuinely not getting enough milk are few wet nappies, which are fewer than about 4 to 6 in 24 hours after the first few days, very few dirty nappies, continued weight loss after the first week, or failure to regain birth weight by 2 weeks, or a baby who is unusually sleepy or difficult to wake up for feeds, a baby who is crying excessively and not consolable. These are the signs that need assessment by a healthcare professional and not a fussy baby. Now, this is the single biggest reason mothers report for stopping breastfeeding worldwide. I don't have enough milk. Here is the honest truth. A vast majority of the women who believe they don't have enough milk actually do. What's usually missing isn't the milk, it's the confidence, support, and accurate information. Genuine low milk supply does exist, but it's much less common than parents are led to believe. There's almost always a reason: a difficulty with latch, a baby who isn't transferring milk efficiently during sucking and swallowing, infrequent feeds, supplementing too early with formula, which then reduces breastfeeding stimulation and that lowers the supply further. Most of these problems are fixable. You just need to know how to. You just need to meet someone who knows what they're doing to look at it with you. So, before changing anything in panic, please ask for help. Most countries have lactation consultants. In fact, many hospitals have breastfeeding clinic. Your community midwife or health visitors will usually see you. And there are peer support groups that exist as well. La Leash League is one of the most well-known peer support group. The link is in the description. And there are many local ones as well. A single good session with someone who knows what they're doing can turn things around in a way nothing else can. So, if help exists, please use it. Now, let's talk about something that you come across in many advertisements or through social media influencing, etc. The formula industry is a multi-billion-dollar global business. In 2023, a major series of papers were published in one of the most respected medical journals in the world, The Lancet. and it documented in detail how industry markets its products to the parents. And the findings were not flattering. I put the link in the description for those articles if you're interested in reading. I'm not saying that every formula company employee is acting in bad faith. I'm just saying that you should know what you're being marketed to. So when you see an advertisement claiming a formula is closest to the breast milk, that comparison only exists because breast milk is the standard everything else is measured against. You deserve to know this because making a decision about feeding a baby while being marketed to without realizing it isn't really making a decision at all. Having said all of that, let me be equally honest about the other side. There are absolutely situations where breast milk doesn't work despite all the support in the world. Some mothers genuinely cannot produce enough milk because of either underlying medical conditions, or some mothers are on medications that cross into the breast milk, which could be harmful for the baby. Or some mothers may have certain types of infection that can be passed through the milk. And some babies may have rare medical conditions that make breast milk unsafe. And in some mothers, after thinking through it carefully, they decide breastfeeding is not for them. And that's valid too. And there's also a middle path that doesn't get talked about enough, which is a combination feeding. Some breast milk, some formula. This works for many families. It's not a failure. It's not doing both badly. It is for many mothers a way of giving their baby some of the benefits of breast milk while keeping themselves functional. So if breastfeeding doesn't work for you despite real effort and real support, that's not a failure. It's just part of being human. So in this episode, here is where I want to leave you today. If breastfeeding is hard right now, please ask for help before you change anything. The help is out there. It works. And if you have tried everything and breastfeeding isn't still working, that's a real and valid situation, and formula is a safe alternative. And whatever you decide, make sure the decision is being shaped by your actual circumstances and not by an advertisement or an opinion by a friend or a stranger at the pharmacy. So in the next episode, we'll talk about what happens if the formula is the right answer for you. The standard formula, what's in it, how close does it really get to the breast milk, and the difference between the brands you see on the shelf. If this was helpful, subscribe to the channel, and in the comments tell me what your breastfeeding experience has been like. Until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your little ones, and I'll see you in the next one.